Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all well. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute tiny little Christmas tree charm that you can use for a necklace or earrings or anything that you want. So this is what it looks like. So let's get started. So to make one of these you're going to need, if you want to turn it into a necklace, you're going to need your chain. I have a ready-made necklace chain and jump ring. You need your beading thread and needle, and I'm using £6 fire line. You need size 11 seed beads. I'm using round seed beads in green for your tree, and then a different colour for the base of your tree. I'm going to do this metallic brown. Yellow or gold for the star on the top of the tree, so I'm going to use bright yellow, and then a different colour again for your little baubles on the edges of these branches. So I'm going to do a nice bright red for that one. So that's everything, so let's get started. Okay, so I've started by threading my needle. So you're going to need to thread onto your needle about 30 inches of your thread, and then we're going to start with a row of ladder stitch 6 beads of your green beads. So start by picking up 2 of those, slide those down onto your thread. You don't need to leave much of a tail, just a few inches like this so that you can tie a knot at the end. So you have this, you're going to sew up through the first one to bring those together. Now you're coming out the top of this one, you're going to go down through the bottom one. Then picking up another green and going back into that one that you're coming out of, but you need to circle around and go back through the other side from where your thread's coming out. Like that. And then up through that one you just added. So we have this. Now we're going to add another one in exactly the same way. So picking up another green, going into that one that we're coming out of on the other side, and then into the one we added. Pull it nice and tight each time. Now you've got 4, so now you need to add 2 more. So doing the same thing, picking up one, going through the bead that you're coming out of on the opposite side, and then back up through that bead you added. And the final one, add it in the same way and go back down through it. So you have this row of 6 here. Now we're coming out the bottom of this one, we're going to sew up through the one next to it and pull that really tight. Now we're going to sew down through the next one, up through the next one, down through the next one, and up through that very last one where we first started. Pull that nice and tight. That should have straightened it out and made it look nice and neat like this. So this is what you've got at the minute. You can hold onto your tail thread down here at the bottom and your working thread coming out here. Now I'm going to flip it over like that so that my working thread is now on this right hand side, because I'm going to work right to left. So we're just going to be doing brick stitch now. So I do have a brick stitch tutorial on my channel if you want to check that out in more detail about brick stitch, but I'm just going to show you quickly how to do it here. So we're going to pick up a green and we're coming out of this bead here on the end. We're going to picking up the green, we're going to take our needle under this thread that connects those first 2 beads together. See this white thread here? You're going to take your needle under there like that, pull that down. So you have this, and now go back through that bead from bottom to top. So you need to make sure it sits like this with the loop of thread down this right hand side of the bead, and you go from bottom to top, and make sure that you don't catch these threads again, otherwise the bead will just ping off. So go through it from bottom to top like that, pull that down, push it down into place with your thumb and pull it tight. So that's how you do brick stitch. So we're going to pick up another green, this time going under that next thread bridge that's visible there. again, so up through that bead from bottom to top. Okay, so we have this, so now you need to do that 1, 2, 3 more times using each one of these little thread bridges, and then I'll show you what to do. So you should have this. So now again I'm going to turn it over again so that my working thread's over here at the top right. I'm going to add another row in the same way, so starting with your first one, remember just always green, picking up one, take your needle under that first thread, bring it down, just on this first one making sure that the loop is sitting down on the right side of the bead before you go through it from bottom to top. Pull it tight. So you have this, so now you need to finish this row in the same way as we did the row below, so add 1, 2, 3 more green beads using these 3 thread bridges. So you've got this, turn it over again, and this time add another row exactly the same, but you've just got 1, 2, 3 bridges to use, so you're just adding 3 green beads for this row. So then you should have this, so I'm just going to turn it over. So your last row should have been this one, you just got 3 beads in the top row. Okay, so now you're going to pick up 2 green beads this time. And you're coming out of this one on the very top right, you're going to go down through the one in the middle on the top row. Like that. Now you're going to go up through this one on the other end. Now you're going to pick up one. And you're going to go down through this one in the middle that we just added. Go down through that bead. So now we have this. Now we're going to go up through this one on the end. Back down through the one in the middle. Up through the one on this end and coming out here, then I'm going to go back down through that one in the middle another time and up through the one on the other end. So we have this, now I'm going to pick up one and I'm coming out of this one on the end, I'm coming out through the top of that bead, you're going to go up through the bottom. So you have this, now go back through that bead again and back into the one next to it. Like that. Okay, so we're going to move down through the one in the middle and the one underneath it this time, just to join those together again. It's a bit wobbly at the minute, just to make it really secure. So you're coming out of this one, second row down in the middle, go through the one on the end of that row, same row, and the one above, like that. Okay, now picking up another green, and you're coming out the top of this one on the end, you're going to go up through the bottom like that. Okay, now you're going to go into that one you just added, back up through the one next to it. So you have this. So we're coming out of this one, we're going to go down through the one next to it and the one below. So you're going down through these 2 beads that are right in the centre, like that. Now you're coming out of this bead in the middle, you're going to go into the row below and you're going to go through this one to the right of that bead that you're coming out of, like that. So we're here, now we're going to come up through this bead to the left of that one that you're coming out of, in the same row, this one. And up through the 2 in the middle. Like that. Okay, so now our thread's heading in the right direction. We need to go down through this next one on the top row and up through the one on the end. Like that. Now we're going to carry on with the brick stitch. So start by picking up one, going under that first thread bridge on this top row and adding the bead in the usual way. Like that. Now you're going to add 1, 2, 3 more for this row. So you have this, again turn it round and do another row of brick stitch, just adding 1, 2, 3 beads this time. Okay, this row you're just going to add 2 beads, and then for the last row you should just have 1 thread bridge and you're just going to add 1 green bead. So we have this. And then we're going to pick up your yellow or gold bead for your star. And I'm coming out of this one on the top. I'm just going to go straight back down through that bead. So the yellow bead sits on the top. Now I'm going to go down through one of these in the row below, doesn't matter which one, there's only 2, so like that, back up through the other one in that row and then back up through that last green bead and then through the yellow or gold one that you added. Now you can attach whatever you're attaching it to, so either your earring hook or your clasp if you're doing a charm, or a jump ring. So I'm just going to attach it to my jump ring now. So I'm just going to pick up my jump ring. I'm not going to add any extra beads because I want it to be as simple as possible here at the top. So if you don't want to see your thread or anything like that, you could do a loop of seed beads here with also picking up your jump ring, but I'm just going to add it. I'm not bothered by the small amount of thread that will be showing. So I've picked it up and I've gone back into that yellow bead on the opposite side like that, and I'm just going to circle through that a couple of times, make sure it's secure. Got this. Now we're going to move back down into the green bead. Okay, and now we're coming out of this one, you're going to move down through each one of these beads on the side, so down through 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonally, so that you're coming out of this last bead right on the corner of this top part, like that. And then you're going to pick up one of your little bauble colours and just go back up into that bead that you're coming out of. So it just sits like that. Okay, so we have this. So now you're going to move up 1 bead into the bead above the one you're coming out of. Like that. And now you're going to move across to the other side of the row. So go down through the one next to the one you're coming out of. So remember we're on the second row. Up through the one after that. And then down through the one next to that and also into the one below, so that we're in position to add the bauble the same way. Okay, so then you're going to pick up another one of your bauble colour and just go straight back up into that bead that you're coming out of. So you're coming out here, you're going to go down through this one and the one below. And down through the next 3 diagonally till you're coming out of this bottom one right over here. Okay, and then you're going to add your bauble again in the same way. Let's just take it back up through the bead you're coming out of. And then you're going to travel down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up until you're coming out the bottom of this one on the other side. Okay, and then add that last bauble in the same way. You're going to move along through 3 beads, so you're going to go down through this one, up through this one, down through this one. This one, and then you're going to pick up your 4 brown beads for the base. And go back up into the one next to it in the middle. Back down through the green one and back into the brown one again. And just sort of go through those a few times just to make sure they're sitting nice and straight and flat. You can also just join the 4 together as well without going up through the green ones, just to make sure they're all going to sit nice and tight together like that. And then that's it all finished. And then you just need to tie your knot, so you can actually tie one here at the bottom. So just take your needle under that thread like we have been doing, but don't add a bead this time, till you get a small loop, and then take your needle through the loop twice. Pull it down until you feel that knot tighten. So once you've tied all your knots, then you can cut both your threads off. So tie the knots on your working thread, thread it onto your needle onto your tail thread and do the same, and then you are all finished. Okay, so that's the finished Christmas tree. So this is what they look like. So cute. They make a really nice Christmas pendant. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please comment down below what else you'd like to see. Like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to see more of my videos, and I'll link my Christmas playlist down below. I've done quite a few different Christmas videos this year, so I'll link that below for you to check out. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Beaded by Hannah, because I'll be doing some more polls this week, because that's how I decide which video I'm going to post. So follow me over there. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.